Okay, so my PT Hub is probably not the most user-friendly app out there. Probably safe to say, yeah? So I'm going to go through this whole thing so that people can watch it and then follow along and get a better handle on how to navigate through. So you go and sign in, and this is what you should see if you're on a computer. So I'm going to do this all computer based right now, and maybe I'll shoot another one using my cell phone. Okay, so you go in, and on the left hand side here, you've got my hub, workouts, nutrition, shopping list, schedule, calendar, messages, files, packages. Okay, so this is home. So right now we're at home. I clicked it again so you can see. So this is the home page. And workouts are going to just list workouts. But what you should really do, well, let's see. Okay, start workout nutrition. So if you want to update your measurements, you want to add a picture, you click on here. Start a workout, but when you hit start workout, it's going to put you in that workout for that day, which is fine if you're up to date. Okay, and today is in the 10-day challenge is cardio intervals. Okay, but I want to actually post what I did yesterday. So okay, so if you're up to date, you would click on that and it would tell you where you need to be. Now this plus button here, if you want to start a workout, log nutrition, update your measurements, or send a message, you use this here. But let's go over to the left-hand side in the blue column, and let's go to calendar. You click on calendar. No, my mistake. Click on schedule. Okay, now schedule comes up and you scroll down, and here is the whole 10-day schedule. Okay, it's really 11 days because day one is just getting oriented with and logging on to the app, which obviously at this point it takes more than one day to get oriented, but we're working on that. That's why we're here. Okay, so I wanted to go into day 2, and here is the 10-day challenge strength workout. That's what's assigned to day 2. Day 3 is the cardio intervals. Day 4 is a blend, being that day 4 is on Saturday on this particular challenge. So it's really, I'm really in day 3 technically, but because I didn't get started until yesterday, it's showing today is day 2, when today really should be day 3. But let's not make things more confusing than they already are. So let's go back to day 2 and click on 10-day challenge strength. When you click on it, it's going to give you the whole workout. So this is what you're supposed to follow. Okay, so here's the entire workout, and I'm going to do more to detail what the proper weight should be. But, I don't like doing that because it's foolish to say, okay, here's the right weight to use, because it's very customizable. Okay, it needs to be adapted to each person's specific fitness level and strength, and even their goals for that matter. Someone who's just looking to lose 30 pounds is going to have different objectives than someone who's looking to gain 10 pounds of muscle. So, all that being said, weight here is something we can talk about on a case-by-case basis. You can reach out to me and we can talk about it. Repetitions, similar type thing. I put in a really good guideline for repetitions here, and it should be fairly solid, but we'll cover that another time. We could spend all day talking about proper weight and proper reps. So what you do is you go to the red button over here, and you're going to click on that to start the workout. Are you sure you want to start the workout now? So it's giving you an out here. You sure you really want to do this workout? Are you sure? Okay, so you say, yes, I do. So here we go. So, first exercise, and one thing that I should clarify here in its current format, the way I have it set up is that I've got two options for the first exercise. It could either be band squats or it's going to be dumbbell squats. And that's done that way because not everybody has the same exact equipment. Okay, so if you have dumbbells at home, great. If you don't, you went out and got bands, and so you're going to use the bands. Okay, so the weight on the bands is obviously it's not going to be weight; it's going to be resistance level. But that being said, here's the exercise. Now you're not sure exactly how to do it. You hopefully you click on this. Yep. All right, and it's going to give you a short little demonstration of the exercise. All right, so there you go. He's got the bench behind him as a guide. You don't need a bench behind you. It gives people a little more confidence in having the proper positioning of getting their hips back far enough. So that's one good reason to use a bench. Okay, so let's say you did this and uh, I'm going to change that from weight to level because usually bands would be considered very light, light, medium, heavy, and very heavy. But just for our application here, let's just throw something in here. Let's just say 5. Okay, your reps. And I think you can type this in. So let's say you did 18 repetitions. You could punch it in or you could use the arrows to get there. Tempo, we'll talk more about tempo down the road. Rest time, it's really not designed in the current format to have any rest time. It's designed as a circuit where you move from one exercise into the next. So um, you don't need to worry about that. When I update this week, I'll change that to a 0. And then you use your own discretion. If you do, 1, 2, 3 exercises in a row, you feel winded, you feel like you can't really function effectively. Um, after at that point to do the next exercise, then you take a short break. So you did this, you punched in that information, you hit next exercise. Okay, now this is the other option to the squat. Okay, this is a dumbbell goblet squat. So same thing, you'd put in the weight, put in the reps, and then you would go to the next exercise. Again, if you're not sure how to do it, you click on the photo, brings up the video, click on the video, and here's our dweeb doing goblet squats. Notice how he's holding the dumbbell. Notice where his elbows are. Same form. That's smart that they give you a side view too. You see how his hips are back, his knees are staying back behind his toes. Back is straight, even though it's bent, it's angled, it's straight. Okay, so there it is. So you punch in your weight. Let's say you did this instead of the resistance bands. You put in your weight. 35 pounds is fairly realistic. So you did 18 repetitions. Don't worry about the tempo. Don't worry about the rest. You hit next exercise. Okay, next exercise comes up. Let's just assume you're using the bands. So, all right, I've never seen this before. What exactly is this guy doing? You click on it, and we got 2 pictures and 1 video. So here's the video. They don't show what he's got going on up here, but you're going to put the bands into, hopefully you have a door anchor, which is like a $4 item, the best $4 you're going to spend. And you put the door anchor into either the top of the door or by the top hinge of the door, and you thread the band through, and you see half kneeling. What I like about half kneeling is that it makes it easier to have good posture. Okay, you see how this guy's got good posture. When you're standing, you tend to lean back too much or lean forward too much. You're trying to balance yourself. And this is just a nice way of creating a big base of support here. and being able to keep yourself upright. And what's beautiful about doing an exercise like this is that you're not only working your upper back muscles and your biceps and your rear deltoids, but you're also working your core because you've got to stabilize yourself. You don't have anything, you don't have a bench or a big pad up against your chest that's keeping you stabilized, keeping you from being pushed forward. You're using your core to do that in addition to your leg here. So I like to do it this way because it incorporates more muscle groups. Okay, can't help rambling on about some of this stuff. Okay, so let's say we're just going to call it band number 3, and you did 16 repetitions. Okay, and you go to the next exercise. Okay, now here too, it's designed so that if you have this piece of equipment or you're working out in the gym, this would be your other option instead of the bands. Okay, so the first 2 exercises give you the option, and probably every exercise is going to have 2 different options. Ultimately, right now they all don't. So if you did it this way, you know how to input all that info at this point. Let's just go and take a look at this real quick. Here's the video. Guys looking at you. How you doing? Okay, same thing. Half kneeling. He's got a mat. He rolled up a yoga mat a couple times for added cushioning. And he's doing it. And you can see his angle is steeper than the angle of the guy just doing it with the bands. Is one right? Is one wrong? No, they're both just slightly different. Okay, changing up the angles is a good thing. It creates a little bit of variety. Okay. And so, one thing. Oh, so down here you can skip the exercise. So let's say you did it with the bands, so you're not gonna punch in anything here. So down below the red icon for next exercise is in small print is next exercise or skip exercise. Hopefully you saw that. Okay, Russian twist. Love this one. It's beautiful. Okay, Russian twist. I put in 8 pounds there. You can easily do this with no weight. But again, okay, so you could even do this. I have people in their home without any equipment, either doing it with no weight, or if they're a little bit more fit, I'll have them grab even a gallon of water. Is a nice tool to use. So let's see what he's doing here. You click on it and you punch in, you hit start, and here he is. The key is the rotation. Let your hands and your arms just follow your torso. It's not about your arms swinging from side to side. It's about your torso rotating and your arms and hands and even your head are following. I like to have people look at their hands and have their head follow their hands when they're doing that. Okay, so that is a Russian twist. So let's say you did 8 pounds. You did 15 repetitions. You should do an even number because you do on each side, right? So let's say 18. 18. Okay. Skipping all the other stuff, and we go on to the next exercise. So you're getting a feel of this now. We'll continue going through some of these exercises because it's good to see firsthand and get a little feedback. Bug crawl. I don't think I have a video of this. Okay, so bug crawl, notice how her knees are just slightly off the ground. Hands are directly underneath her shoulders. Knees are directly underneath the hips. So you're not stretched out this way. Hopefully you can see my mouse. Not stretched out this way. Arms aren't stretched out this way. And then what you're doing there, keeping your knees just slightly off the ground. There's 2 ways to do this. So when I'm in a gym with people and we've got a lot of room, or in a house where we have a lot of room, people walk down, do this walking, taking baby steps, small little baby steps, not big movements, just little inchworm type steps, and then turn around and come back. Now, I understand that people oftentimes they're working out at home, they're in a little room, or they've got a little section of their living room that they're in. So they don't have a lot of space. So what we do here is you just do it in a circular motion. So she would rotate around 180 degrees one way, come to the starting point, and then go back and go 180 degrees the other way, and then do each one more time. You do this like 4 times, 6 times, you're going to be surprised at how tough it is. Okay, so that's called the bug crawl. I call it the circular bug crawl when you're doing it just in a 360-degree rotation. Okay, I might have said 180 before, but I meant 360. Okay, so you did this. You hit next exercise. Okay, you come to the next exercise. This is an elevated side lunge. This is a great way of creating added resistance when you don't have any equipment. And this guy is doing it off of he's going to give a whole song and dance here, okay? Um, this is a great, he's doing it off of a bench, but you can do this on a step. So you go to a set of stairs and you go to the first step and you stand on the first step sideways and then you do the exercise. Okay, I put this one, you can see how she's doing it here. Okay, so let's see. This guy talks more than I do. That's hard to believe. Go, go, go. He's killing us here. Yeah. You want it to be one fluid movement. I would even try to come out a little bit wider than he is. Stepping out a little bit wider, down, and then straight back up. A very fluid movement. You don't want to pause in between. Okay, let's get rid of this guy here. So you did that exercise. You loved it. That was okay. So that's if you're at home, you don't have any equipment. This was option number 2. This is if you do have some weight. So this is called a goblet side lunge. You could do this with a kettlebell. You can do this with a dumbbell. So this may be hard to see. She is, I believe that's a woman. They are doing. Okay, let's see. All right, we'll get out of that. Hit it one more time. So doing it, so you're not on a step, you're not elevated. They're going back side to side. You could do it that way. I like doing one side at a time, exhausting that side, and then switching to the other side. Okay. So let's say you skip that because you did it the other way on your steps. Okay, so we hit skip exercise. Next is the Old Faithful, the push-up. Okay, so everybody's done a push-up in their life, but let's go over a couple of quick things with the push-up. Okay, the width of your hands, it should be wider than your shoulders. And then look at the body. From the shoulder to the hip to the ankle is a straight line. Okay, you don't want to be sagging at the hips. You don't want your butt up in the air. Nice straight line. All right, you are an animal, so repetitions, you did 35. Hit next exercise. Mini jumps. Mini jumps, it's like jump roping without a jump rope. And it's just designed to spike your heart rate. Again, quick, easy, trying to keep things uncomplicated and be able to move quickly from one exercise to the other. She's got the whole hand movement going. You can choose whether to do that or not. You can choose to do it like this or just do hops like that. I usually do them just like that. And you could go just up and down, side to side, back and forth. Crank up some music and rock out. Okay, so that's the mini jumps. So you did those, and usually I have you do those in a time, not a number of repetitions, but a quantity of time. Now, here's something interesting. If you can see this here, there's a little icon of a clock. If you hit that, it's going to give you a history of what you've done with that exercise in the past. So for your weight, so you're like, okay, I don't remember what weight I did last time. I know that the weight I had last time was perfect. I don't remember what it was. You click on that, and it'll show you what the weight was. Okay, so then you could replicate that, or you can say, yeah, okay, I remember that it was a little bit too light. All right, it was, in this case, you're not really using any weight, but let's just run with the example. Okay, it was 20 pounds. I know it was a little bit light. Let me go 25 pounds on this set. Okay, same thing with reps. It'll show you the number of reps that you did. Okay, so, all right, you did your mini jumps. Click on here. All right, so your computer's telling me it's time to go to sleep. I don't think I've ever gone to sleep when I was supposed to. Okay, Where are we at? Planks. Okay, so here's the plank. Let's skip the video, but key point is his head is in a neutral position. His shoulder, hip, and knee and ankle are all in a pretty straight line. He could clean it up slightly. Let's see if he cleans it up. I don't know if we have a video of this. Okay, let's go to the videotape. Who said that? Warner Wolf. Okay, so here's the plank. There's a lot of different ways we do the plank. If you can do a 2-minute plank, then I like to move on to more aggressive ways of doing plank. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up. This is going to say body weight. It's not going to say weight. Instead of reps, it's going to say time. Okay, and so you did your planks. You click next. One of my fan favorites. I love this one. Single arm clean and press. There's a lot going on with this exercise. You're working a lot of different muscles. Okay, the reason I like doing it with a single, two things. One, it can be really exhaustive, this exercise. I personally get a little lightheaded often when I do this. When you do it with one arm, it's not quite as exhaustive. And secondly, it's easier to come down low. You see how far down he's coming? Look at his knees and his hips. Hips are staying back. Knees are staying back too. They're not coming over his toes. Okay. We're going to go through this one more time because I just want to show one more thing about this. And I don't know how to get there without seeing that other stuff. So when I explain this, I explain it as a 4-step process. From the bottom, you come up to your shoulder, that's 1, up high 2, down to your shoulder 3, back to your ankle 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason I say that is people often cloud this exercise and get real sloppy with it, and 1 and 2 just become amalgamated into one sloppy mess. And if you're not using heavy weight, you can get away with that, but if you're using real heavy weight, then you're going to really need to get from position 1 to position 2, and then take a breath and struggle to get up to position 3. I kind of said that wrong. From here, position up to position 1, and then breast up to position 2, back down to position 3, and then rest down to position 4. So it's a fluid movement like he's doing, but you want to definitely kind of segregate the steps. You see how there's a slight pause, especially right there, right when he gets to the shoulder. Boom, to the shoulder, then up. Okay, so to the shoulder and up. You don't want to go halfway up your head and then start number 2 halfway up to a full extension. All right. So you did the exercise, you put it in 20 pounds, you did 12 repetitions. Boom, you hit that as finished workout. Awesome, workout complete. So that's how you go through and do an entire workout. So it's always good to refresh real quick. So let's do a quick refresher on this. First step is no, I did it again the wrong way. First step is go to schedule. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you click schedule and come down to schedule. You go to the day that you want to do the workout. Hopefully you're up to date. Here is strength. Okay. And it probably hasn't refreshed to the point of showing that the workout has already been completed. Workout May 1st. So then you'd click start now. Up here, I'm not going to click it because we've already done it. And then it would immediately jump you into each one at a time. Now, one good thing to do before you start is you're here is to take a look at it and see exactly what the protocol is, because you want to know that you have an option. Like, so I can look now and say, okay, here's band squats and here's dumbbell goblet squat. Okay, so I know I have an option of those two. Based on the equipment I have, I'm going to choose to do band squats, for example. Okay, second exercise, band kneeling high row or cable half kneeling high row. Okay, I don't have the cable, I have the band, so I'm going to do the band. Okay, so you want to kind of get a head start and get a good idea of what the workout is going to be before you click start now, because you know what? I think you can actually jump ahead. Uh, let's see. Let's say yes, start workout. Let's see if it lets us start it. Okay, so let's say you want to. Can you skip an exercise and go back? See, I don't think you can go back. What is this here? Swap out exercise. Okay, we're not even going to talk about that right now. So the question is, if you skip an exercise, you can go back. Okay, so down here is back. Okay, so you forgot to check and see what the protocol of the entire workout was. You started the workout, like, okay, band squat. I don't know, do I want to do band squat? What is the other option? So you go and you click skip exercise. You look and see that that's a goblet, dumbbell goblet squat. Okay, I don't have dumbbells, but I have bands, so let me go back. So down here you click back and you go back to band squats and you do the band squat. Okay, so you go through, you hit next exercise, you keep scrolling through like we did before, boom, boom, boom. You keep going through from one exercise to the other, filling in your information till you get to the end, and then it shows that you've completed the exercise. So that's how you navigate through the workout app in order to do a full workout. Starting with schedule, going into that date, clicking on it, clicking on that workout, and then clicking start now, and then following along in the workout. Hitting next exercise as you go along. There you have it. A little long-winded. I apologize for that. I wanted to kind of delve into the form on some of the exercises at the same time. So one thing that I like to do when I am watching YouTube videos is to increase the speed to 1.25 or 1.5 or even 1.75, depending on what it is, so that I can get through quicker, still fully understanding the information, but moving quicker through it. So that is a suggestion as well. All right. Hope this is helpful.